Hello, how are we all doing? So, while I've been sat here, thinking over my life choices, I thought I'd put the camera on and do a bit of a vlog. Not done a vlog for ages, I can't remember the last one I did, but just thought, well, why not? Why not give an update on what's happening in here? So, as you can see down here, we have a A109 on the go, 48109. This is the Airfix kit. It's the third release. I'll show you when I put the other camera on. I really like this kit, to be honest. It's a nice little kit. You know, if you want a mojo build something like that, this is one for you. So that's on the go. Also, the Helldiver, Academy Helldiver, is painted. I'm ready for its decals. So I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm stalling doing the decals on this, and I don't know why. I just need to knuckle down and get on with it and get it finished. So, but again, fantastic kit, as I've mentioned before on some of the other shows. It's a really good kit. You know, if you want a little 7-second Helldiver, I don't think there's a better one to get, to be honest. So yeah, been putting updates of that up on the PM Facebook page. I've got that up and running again. There's been a bit of a like a little space between me posting up and stuff, but that's back on. So I'm going to go through the pictures I've taken of that for the course of this week. So we are on the 21st of the 10th, 25. So if you're watching this in the past, I think I'll be an update. But yeah, so if you follow us on Facebook, PM Facebook page, you will see, like I say, some updates coming your way, and there will also be some pictures of this. I've been taking pictures of this as I've been going along. So what I will do is just switch over cameras so you've got a bit of an overhead and you can see the state of my bench, basically the mess that's on here, and a bit of a closer look at, like I say, what I've been up to. Oh yeah, and I'm going to finish my coffee. Very nice it is too. Right, see you in a mo. Right, so first up, the 109. So again, this is out of the box. There is only the addition of the canopy mast, which you know, I need. So I've got all the paintwork down. Just started to do a bit of weathering. So back onto the tried and tested Flory washers. So I've got the old sort of array, shall we say, of them. And also, I do it a bit different to Phil and some other people. I kind of decant them to my little palette and mix and match and do it more of a precise pin wash, shall we say, rather than just a blanket wash over and then wipe it all off and clean it up. I use it kind of in a, like oils, I suppose, and then I just clean up with water. So forget them two bits because they're VMS pigment jockeys, so they're not Flory washers. But these here are, so we've got the black and grey and grime and dust. So we ain't got the dark dirt, actually. I never put dark dirt on there. I've just been using them and just making my own mixtures, to be honest. So this is just going to be a base layer. I'm going to pull out the oil paint. So as you can see, we've just got a bit of a nice pin wash, bring out a bit of contrast. I did a lot more airbrush work with this than I would normally. I fancy to change it up a little bit, and I did use, to be honest, because we've got some left and I was out of one of the SMS paints. Now, we were selling SMS and never really got around to testing them and pushing them as a product, to be honest, and we kind of pulled them. We've got some of the odd colours left, but not many, but some of the Luftwaffe colours were left, so this was one of them, and I thought, you know what, why not, we'll give it a go. I'm going to say it, it's actually a really good product. It's a really nice product. They're already thin. They're very akin to MRPs, I would say, but they seem a bit more pigment, got a bit more pigment to them, a bit better coverage. So I ended up thinning this a bit more than actually is in here, just with some lacquer thinners, just with some Tamiya retarding type lacquer thinners. So yes, it's one of them products that I might bring back for PM in a fashion of not the range or anything, but you know, like the aircraft colours, some of the aircraft colours. Don't know, I'm going to do a bit more with them, see what's left, and perhaps get some in. I've been umming and ahhing. I was going to do it in Attacker as well, because I'm going back onto Attacker paints at the minute. I'm sort of switching between Attackers, Tamiya, and obviously I've just used some SMS and actually Aqueous, because I've got a lot of Luftwaffe colours in Aqueous that I've had for a long time. So again, it might be one of them projects. I don't know yet. I'm undecided, to be honest. I don't want to be stocking stuff and it not really selling, to be honest. You know, but yeah, it was a good product to use. Super smooth, brilliantly went down, really, really nice. The top is, when my brain kicks in gear, is Aqueous. So it's got a base coat of, let me just show you the thing, because obviously you're going to see this and go, why is it all over spray all over the decals? Because that is actually how the old aircraft was. So this is this is the new Airfix box in. There we go. We've got white 4, which is Johann Blom. German's not great, and I ain't going to try that, but there we go. It's a Battle of Britain one, and I've been watching, I don't know if anybody follows it, but Al Murray and James Holland doing their World War II headquarters, where they do the walk in the ground, and they're covering the Battle of Britain at the minute. So it's quite an inspiration, which I've kind of needed, to be honest. And you know, they've been to the museums and looked at 109 Spitfires, Hurricanes, and you know, all the Battle of Britain stuff that's in these things, and also RAF bases. If you've not seen it, go and check it out. Really, I like them anyway. I like them too, doing stuff. So it's really good little YouTube channel they've got. I think it coincides with We Have Ways podcast that they do as well. So this is the one. So this must have came to the squadron. Now it's saying it was obviously the RLM 65 underneath and up the sides, which is usual fare for Battle of Britain Luftwaffe. And normally there's splinter camo of 70 and 71, but this one just seems to have a solid colour of 71 on the wings from what it's saying here. And across the top. And then oversprayed with O2, which would have been done in the field, hence the overspray. And the different wings. There is 2 different wings on here, so the markings are in different places. So you've got one red band and one black band and stuff like that, which as well on the kit decals only goes so far. You don't get the full length. I've oversprayed it. I'm just going to blag it and go, well, they've just sprayed over them with the RLM02, to be honest. I don't know if that's an oversight with Airfix decals or what. Wouldn't be hard if you just wanted to run that off with a fine bit of tape and actually spray them on. But I've just chose to, like I say, just use the decals. So yeah, that's hence, and you get the decals you get in it. You get 2 lots. So you get the plain set of decals with no overspray, and actually you get a set where they have been printed with sort of the corners sprayed in. I wanted to do it myself, so I didn't get down that option. But I've done a rough, shall we say, interpretation of how it is. It's definitely not perfect, but it's an artistic license, as I'm going to call it, of this aircraft. So one of the other options you get is a French one, it's like a test one, and a Battle of France one, I think, is the other one, which is the box top. That one. Let me get the instructions. So you got that one, but I didn't like the blotches, if I'm honest. So yeah, I weren't struck on that one. So what's that one? It's red 1, is it? Apparently. But I've got to say, the decals, absolutely flawless. Brilliant decals. Always are with these kits. Like I say, this is the 3rd one I've built. I built another Battle of Britain one, which I think I've taken to the Luftwaffe SIG, and I did a Spanish Civil War one. So yeah, like I say, highly recommend this kit. The only thing I would definitely change which I didn't on this one, is the seat belts are moulded in, and on the seats, they're rubbish. Get rid of them. Put some aftermarket seat belts in. The rest of it, it's a 109 cockpit. You don't see a lot in there, to be honest. I don't know how this stacks up against an Edward one. I think that's a lot more detailed wise, but again, no issues with the build. It was really nice, straightforward. So that's the 109. So I ain't got a lot to finish off. Got paint the prop, which is already pretty much ready. Finish off the undercarriage. Put the odds and sods on and do a bit more oil weathering. I'm not going to go overboard with this, to be honest. I quite like it as it is. Normally I quite like to weather, but this is, I don't know. I'm going to smoke stains, put the stacks in and stuff, but I quite like this. It's quite clean. Oh, the other thing I used on it just before I finished is, let me grab it, and I'm now becoming a massive fan of this product, is the VMS satin varnish. So this is had, let me just pull its legs out because they're gonna fall out because they're not stuck in. I gave it a coat of satin varnish and not matte varnish, and it's a very, very subtle, as you can see. I've not done anything to that. That is just the satin varnish. It's very matte, but there's something in the product which I'm struggling to explain. But it's really nice. You do have to really put it on wet, let it settle, let it dry, let it sort itself out, and you have got a really durable, really nice finish. And that is, I've not put any gloss coats on or anything on this, to be honest. Like I say, it's just had this satin varnish even before I deckled it. And deckling is my nemesis for silvering and stuff, and these are just flawless. So I'm really quite pleased. So yeah, it said a blanket, VMS varnish, satin varnish, and just a perfect canvas for weathering over, to be honest, for me. You've got the best of both worlds of a matte and a satin, and super smooth. So any of their varnishes, to be honest, are good. Really good. This is just the little one. We sell obviously the big ones in the shop, but if you haven't got one, try it straight out. Give it a good wake up, good shake up, and then, like I says, do what the instructions say. Put it on really wet. None of this faffing around with drop coats and little gripper coats and stuff. Just put it on. Trust it as a product, and you get really good flawless results. So again, go check it out. We've got them in the store. So yeah, so that's the 109. So that's coming along, and I'll just move that out of the way, and we will move over. Before I'm not talking into the mic, there we go. Well, we'll move over to the Hell Diver. So again, all paints down. I haven't took anything on this. This is just how it is out of the bottles, and I've painted this in Tamiya. Actually, this is Tamiya sea blue, intermediate blue, and white, basically. So nothing fancy, no, you know, going back a bit old school. It's all nice and smooth. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And that is all, I did a white, well actually the white underneath, I did everything all over it. Again, I don't know if I've got the photos, but they'll be up on the Facebook page. But the white, I covered it in white because blues are notoriously not a great colour for coverage. And I've just used the white as a pre-shade, shall we say. Thin this down a little bit more, and then just built it up so you can see sort of the mottly bits in it, and it's a bit darker in places than others. That's just one batch of paint and using the undercoat to get that effect. So as a base, I think that's all right. So yeah, I need to get my finger out and get this deckled up, because that will bring this to life then, I reckon. But if you do get a chance, pick one up. Good kit. So yeah, that's where I'm at with a Hell Diver. And there is one other thing, if I can get it in shot. Let me just. Now I was going to do a little vlog and pod, or whatever you want to call it, on shelf queens. Okay, I ain't got that fancy switcher thing Phil's got, so I can't switch cameras when I'm talking. So you're gonna have to talk to my hands. But I started, I think last year, a monogram. Let me just see if I can. I can't take the camera back anymore, to be honest. I'm at full back. But anyway, this is the old monogram Invader, 48 scale, as you can see. And I got so far, and then it got sort of shelved. To be fair, it was living in my shed all summer, and I didn't really get any further with it. And I'm just going through some stuff. I'm having a clear out of my stash, getting some stuff sold on eBay, and just, you know, just generally looking what I've got and what I'm going to build and what I'm not going to build. And it was one of them, like, do I carry on with this or do I just like bin it, basically? I think I've got it in primer or something. There's a few seams up here. I've not rescribed it. This is as it was. So I'm going to be a bit careful because it's a bit flimsy. And as you can see, I've got some joints to sort out because I had the wings off. They do slide in. If anybody's built it, you'll know what I mean. But there's some spars that the wing slides in. But it's not a great fit, to be honest. It's a bit of a nasty gap. So just for ease of painting, because it's a bit cumbersome in 48 scale, I thought I'd just paint it off. And this has basically been rattle canned, to be honest. This is rattle canned and LP11. So this is one of the bare metal silver AS12, is it? I think rattle can base coat, and then I've been doing bits with, like I say, LP11 and super silver was the other one I've been using, and obviously the olive drab and stuff. So really famous aircraft, stinky. But I have started weathering it. If that's going to come up because it's on the thing. But this is all oil. So ochres and Starship Film, I think, is in there. I don't know. I've got a selection of oil paints that I've been weathering it with. Again, I need to tidy up where the join is underneath. You can probably see it. I don't know. A bit more on the fuselage as well. With my idea, we're leaving the wings off. It's easier to weather the fuselage and stuff. As you can see, started on the undercarriage and bits and bobs. So I'm just plodding along with this in the background, to be honest. It's not put anything on Facebook or anything. It was just just building it basically. So I'm being careful because of the decal. So that's what I've been up to, really. It's been a waffle. So thanks for sticking with this for 20 minutes. It wasn't supposed to go on that long, but again, I might do a few more of these if people like them. Keeping up to date. I find this probably a lot easier to do than actually doing the video build. I'd rather just sit here and have a chat and go, right, this product's good, this one's rubbish, and whatever. So yeah, let me just switch cameras back. So hold on a minute. So yeah, as I was saying, if you like this sort of format, you don't mind watching and me waffle on basically, then let us know. Because like I say, these are quite nice to put together. They're not hard to do and not hard to edit, to be honest. They're quite nice to edit. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So thank you for watching as always, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.